This drawing I'm trying to capture the reflections and the light. Obviously you've got a light source coming from the window, it's making this area lighter. And then you've got obviously these dark areas falling down the side of this bottle, which I use as a vase. It's a very sort of flat, polished surface, but I'm using a mark making technique called just scribbling technique. I'm using a biro, and then I'm just building up those layers of tone by layering the scribbles over the top of each other. And obviously the tighter those scribbles are, then the darker, more dense the tone will be. And you can see I'm just working myself across to pick up those light and dark areas. I've got a dark area here, I've got dark over here as well. So I'm gradually building those up over a period of time. It's not going to give me the same texture as the actual object, but I'm just using this as a technique just to experiment and using my drawing techniques just to play around with the object and to see what happens when I interpret it with a different mark making technique. I could have used a tonal using pencil shading to pick up the sort of surface, the flat surface, the polished reflective surface, but I've already sort of done that before in another drawing, so I want to try something different. As I say, if I keep those scribbles tight then and close together, then it becomes darker, and obviously I can be a little bit, still quite controlled when I do that, or I can be a little bit more looser and freer as well if I want to, and that might give you a slightly different technique when you're drawing. Okay, so I'm focusing on the bottle at the moment, but I'm still going to make sure that I add in a shadow to make sure that it's rooted to the surface, rooted to the flat surface. Okay, I don't want this bottle just floating around, and as you can see from the real bottle, there are shadows being cast down here at the base as well. And obviously I'll need to make sure that I do that properly, because on my drawing I've got pretty much the same tone here, but on the actual what I'm seeing in front of me, it's much darker in the center there than it is here, okay, and here. All right. But obviously because I'm making sure that I put those I can use scribbling again if I want to, actually it might be quite better to use scribbling. I'm making sure that I'm following that flat surface. I'm going to pick up some of the details afterwards, so parts of the table as well. I've picked up some of the tulips as well in my drawing, and I've been a little bit looser with this, so I'm not too concerned about this. I'm just going to very quickly kind of fill that in and put a little bit of scribble in there to get a little bit of tone. I might just leave those lines in a little bit as well, so I've got a bit of contrast. My main focus is the actual bottle itself. Okay.